What's going on? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with your homies AJ and ChrisyLite. This is episode 220. And today, it's a little throwback Thursday because this movie came out a little while ago and it just now hit streaming. So, might as well go ahead and do it. Wuthering Heights is today's topic. But before we get into that, Chris, how you feeling today, Brody?
First things first, the Wizards on top. The Wizards are back.
We back.
And all Stephen A. Smith, all these other NBA fans, like, step back. It's our turn. I don't know why y'all
they're so quick to give up
scenarios.
Yes, that was gonna be what I'm geeked about today. But you said it. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
But it's just so weird because first of all, I am being biased because it's my team that got the pick. Yeah. But why is it that y'all don't want these other teams to succeed? Like, come on, let us just get a great player.
And it's the Utah Jazz. What have they done?
I know, like, y'all trying to pass them off to the Utah Jazz, and they're gonna get another great player too. Like, right. I just don't get the logic. Y'all just hate the Wizards, but it's okay. You can keep on hating while we back on top. So
exactly,
I'm doing good, G. As you know, our Wizards lucked up on the lottery, and I ain't gonna lie, I was hyped. Like, everything just fell into place. I should have recorded it. I seen all the videos of people recording it. I was like, dang, I should have did that. But all those draft streams, every time trying to figure out with these trades, it just finally felt like here's the turning of the corner. We done started up the train, the hype train, and DC about to take off. So yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
doing great, G. Let's go, Wiz. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm gonna have to think of something new to talk about for
you can double up. I'm feeling good.
While I'm geek segment, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so today we got a little throwback Thursday episode, and this is a movie that, like, when you just look at it at the surface of like, okay, who's gonna be in it? Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. It's just like, oh, that's finna go crazy, right? But once I saw, like, I don't know if I saw a trailer or just saw like the poster for it. So when it came out, I saw I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna wait on this one. I think I'm gonna wait on this one. But going into it, it was still like one of those movies that's like people was like very, very excited for, and it's like could you call it legacy? Because I've never heard of it until now. But
oh wow,
there's
very famous book, like one of those books that before our time is probably one of those summer readings or things you'd read in AP Lang or Lit
Spark Notes.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those books that the old heads know about.
Yeah,
and it is one of those like classic books that people would know.
Yeah, I ain't read none of them summer reading books, bro. So, It wasn't on my radar, but like it wasn't like when I heard the name of the movie, I feel like I was like, oh, I've heard of that before.
Yeah, for sure.
But it wasn't like I seen this thing or seen that thing. It's just like one of those things that you just grow up kind of with or kind of around, and you just never really see. Like now I know it for sure. So now that it hit streaming, we was just like, bro, you know what? What else is there to watch? You know what I'm saying? Like all our shows are like in between, about to be finales, or like we just haven't touched it yet. So it's just like, yo, might as well run it for the one time. You know what I'm saying?
You got different genre in there too. You know what I mean?
For sure, different genre. For sure, different vibe.
Different vibe. Yeah,
different vibe. So, Chris, how do you want to tackle this one? Because this is different. This is a different like. I don't know how geeked you are.
What was your best part, bro? What was your best part?
When it was over. You know what I'm saying? When it was over, bro. It took me 2 days to watch this thing, bro. It took me 2 days. And it's a beautiful, like, beautifully shot movie. Very captivating, very like they're in the elements. So like I can tell like a lot of thinking went into like how are we going to produce this movie, especially if it's something that has been like like a known media, so it's like they got to put their own spin on it. And like it wasn't so much that the movie was hard to watch, like visually. It's just like I kind of got tired of what I was watching because it felt like it went on forever. It's a 2-hour movie, almost 2.5-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it was streaming, I could stop when I wanted to and go back and go. I just wasn't impressed. I was just like, I'm gonna finish this thing at some point, and then we're gonna talk about it. You know? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Chris, you just freshly watched that joint today. So like, how are you feeling coming off the, you know, fresh off the screen?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was super geeked. I was enjoying every second of this one. I was hyped at multiple moments.
Yeah.
And part of it just had some aura to it, some like modern day like.
No, there was definitely like, mogging in this joint though.
Yeah, some modern day mog moments. And I just couldn't help it. I was just enjoying what it was.
Yeah.
And it did have this weird aesthetic to it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of attribute it to like what's a good like a Edward Scissorhands type movie or like
yeah.
Like Tim Burton style movie where stuff is like popping out where it really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And especially in this time period or they have certain scenes or like I'm like, dang, the sun is really red right now. And y'all have this backdrop for no reason. But like, that's a cool background. Like that like that's gonna go good on Twitter.
That fog was even like the best kept secret, bro.
Like endless fog, endless rain. Yeah. I was like, bruh. That red floor in the house, the different colors in the house, the skin room
wallpaper. Yeah, that was crazy.
Where do you find that at? A lot of weird aesthetic things that kind of remind me of a Tim Burton movie, like just added flair to it. Okay. But no, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed this movie. But I kind of like the
Chris liked the drama, y'all. Chris liked the drama. That's what it is.
I turned next to me. I said, "Ooh, this tea. There's some good stuff right here." So I ain't gonna lie. I really enjoyed it. But I do definitely see a lot of flaws in it. Especially towards like the third act. I kind of, you know, they could have done something different. Yeah. But no, there's a lot of tea that I liked. Yeah. And I just couldn't wait for the next toxicity, that scene that would come next, and it just kept on doing it. I was like, yo, this is wild. I don't know if I might need it to go on longer. They just kept on doing
it for sure. They just kept on doing it.
So that's just my initial reading after watching it.
Okay. So like we're kind of on polar opposites of the spectrum here, right? So going in to watch the movie, actually, like now I'm curious why I didn't hear much about the movie once it actually came out, you know? And I think it has a little bit to do with like, how can I put this? Like, how do you talk about this movie without spoiling it immediately? Because like because we're doing it right now, but I'm saying like, I feel like to really have a conversation, you have to seen it.
I mean, I feel like if you get into the third act, then you'd be spoiling it. I feel like anything in the first two, you're not really.
Yeah, I guess the first part is like, you know, mainly like not backstory, but like coming of age type of thing, like setting the tone for stuff.
But I don't feel bad about spoiling this one because it's on streaming already. Like they know to get this out there, and hopefully anyone who's watching this, like you know, go see it. It is a longer movie, but you know, if you really don't want to be spoiled, like it's free on HBO Max right now, so just go grab it.
Yeah. But yeah, so kind of what I'm getting at is like just literally the first scene of the movie is like, okay, this is not what I expected to see.
I was confused.
I was like, what the heck is going on? You know? And you could tell I'm like, okay, now this is like a different time and a different vibe, you know? And there was this like kind of like, I'm not going to say obsession, but like there's this aura that the movie had and the people had that was just kind of like devious or deviant or like, you know, like the worst of the worst kind of situation. And there was people that was mixed in that was just like kind of like, to me, were like the flies on the wall, like the audience's view of like, nah, these people crazy, you know? So in a place where there's no rules, but there's rules of for like, you know, the rich, that the exploitation and stuff like that, you know, I was just kind of getting the impression that this was going to be more of a like, I thought we were gonna go more than one place. Like I didn't think this was gonna be set in just like one area.
Yeah.
After
technically
like,
the first 2 act. Different locations.
Yeah. So like I'm thinking initially, like after watching the first time, I was like, okay, now we're gonna get to see them grow up. Something's gonna happen, and then, you know, when they end up splitting, then we're gonna go with one character, while the other one goes with that one. I feel like there's just like a lot of holes in this movie that just get filled with tea, and like, you know, just all the different ways can we make these like people look worse and worse and worse and worse. You know, does that make sense?
I see it. I see it.
Like, cause like you, like initially I was like here for the tea. I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And as things start to progress, essentially, like we haven't even really described the beginning of the movie, but as things progressed, I got like more and more invested. I'm like, yo, where is everybody else at? How is nobody else peeping what's going on right now? You know what I'm saying? And is it more of like, I just ended up having more questions than I was getting answers to, and it was frustrating because I'm like, yo, I already know that this is like a forbidden love type of situation. They talked about Romeo and Juliet, but this is not that kind of love story. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm just like, all y'all crazy, you know? And that's kind of where I'm left. And I just wish I was like, there was more context, I guess is the better word, context to like, okay, what is this world really coming to? Because all I have right now is like, I'm grasping at straws, or like little things that they have thrown in there, but they don't really focus on it because it's like, you know, it's a Heathcliff and Catherine movie, really a Catherine movie, but you know, that's kind of how I felt about just like the overarching narrative of the whole thing without saying too much, and then we can get into whatever. Yeah, go. Because I
mean,
I don't really got, like, I'm more curious because like you liked it so much. Like what made it so good to you? Because like those things made me like, it's just like, oh man.
So like I agree. I don't want to get too like weird on the pod because it's a weird movie.
Yeah.
But I guess what I like so much
movie.
about it.
Let's say that it's a freaky movie.
Yeah. What I like so much, it's kind of like on this like obsession thing with Catherine and Heathcliff, and having Heathcliff's character like go away, and then that just be a whole mystery for Catherine to wonder like what happened, and her kind of like live her life. And you know, deep down she knows, like her heart has always told her like, you know, I'm supposed to be with Heathcliff. But we don't even know what happened to old boy. He gone. And craziness happens, and then he comes back with all power, all aura. Bro got a cane on.
Bro just got a haircut. We don't know how he got them clothes. He had the same clothes the whole time, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, Heathcliff. I said the whole time.
Yeah.
Bro ain't getting no money. He just came back with a haircut.
Yeah. That's the frustrating
came back
part.
With a haircut and some new clothes.
Yeah, and got some teeth. That's it.
Yep. I was the whole time I was thinking, man, this boy plotting. He ain't getting no money, no nothing. He just let her wait it out a little bit, came back looking fresh, and now she interested. Yeah. But No, it's just a lot of, like, obsession and, like, will they, won't they, and,
Mhm.
him leaving and having that whole mystery of, like, what does he do? How do he come up? All that type of stuff. It
Yeah.
just kinda breeds into that whole, like, will they, won't they, because it's like, even with all this mystery, it's still, like, making them, like, want each other more,
Mhm.
and to the point that when he even came back, he was like, "It's an interesting story, but I ain't trying to tell y'all," and she was like, "Well, I guess it can't be that interesting," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Nah, it is." Like, it's just that back and forth,
Chris like
uh
that.
yeah, it's that back and forth
He
thing
said that
that
exactly why how they was talking.
So just having those types of aspects, it makes me just say like, "Ah, okay,
Yeah.
I don't actually care what he ends up doing because it's like, how
Mhm.
does she feel about this now, even in her circumstances, and how does he feel about her now? Because when the he they won't will they won't they scenario pops out, like both parties can take the story left or right.
Yeah.
Like, she could just completely want him or just don't want him, or he could be on some other type time and like, "I'm about to just do
Mhm.
you dirty and then I'm out." Like,
Yeah.
I just came here to play little games and I'm out. And, it's just always, like, wondering where they're gonna go with it, and, I think that's when for Wuthering Heights, for me, it kept peaking and peaking where I was really interested to see what's gonna happen, how's the, other parties dealing with this,
Yeah.
how does the dad dealing with this, what's going on back at, Wuthering Heights,
Mhm.
and of course, will they, won't they, like, what ultimately is gonna happen with this story, because at the end of the day, these are 2 crazy people, and as
Yeah.
that started in the second half, you really started seeing, like, their true nature come out, and the movie starts out with them as kids,
Mhm.
and I kinda wish we got a little bit more of them as adults to really see, like, if they were already down that path as adults, but we get such few moments when they're adults in the beginning that,
Yeah.
um,
Before the movie actually like locks in. That's what
before it
I'm
locks in,
saying.
because then that's how you get the
That's the
griminess of
context I
them.
need
Yeah.
for me to really care. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the beginning when they were kids, like that's where the you get to really understand like what kind of position that Heathcliff is in from
Yeah.
like just mentally he's already messed up just from his draw in life, right?
Yep.
So he gets sold off, and then with Catherine, it's like she comes from this like semi-wealthy family, but has no friends except except Nellie, who don't even really rock with her for real. But like before Heathcliff got there, was really her like road dog for sure. You know what I'm saying? But it was still at a certain capacity, you know. And I feel like when they had the little time skip era, um, and Heathcliff comes back and we don't get no answers to those questions, but like so much has changed that we've gotten to see in Catherine's life, you know, after she made this decision that she like regrets.
Mm.
It's just like, okay, I got one half of the puzzle, but this other piece y'all not willing to give me. So now I just have to kind of accept what's happening, you know? And it just didn't connect for me. Like the tea wasn't hot enough for me to be
Dang.
like, damn, I really like I feel like the end of the movie saved it, honestly. Like I knew at some point that somebody was gonna have to die for it to like
Mm.
really land as far as like Margot Robbie and Jacob's Jacob Elordi's chemistry as far as like the whole you know basically the whole movie. So it has to end in tragedy for this all to really make sense,
Mm.
because two sane people wouldn't be acting like this. And it wasn't until like after I watched the movie that I was like, okay, what actually happened? And I looked it up. And I was like, oh, so she already has some like mental stuff going on with her, like bipolar type of situation. It was like a lot more
Well
detailed.
well,
Like,
the book is different than the movie, apparently. Like, the movie's
yeah,
not the same as the book at all.
right. I feel like the movie was like a more. I haven't read the book, but like from the description I saw, the movie was like a more tamed version
Yeah.
of the book, which is like where there's more like um psychological like trauma or whatever that happens, that made more sense of like why they were making the decisions that they were making. Because I'm looking at it from a sense of like, okay, initially these are sane people, right? But like as you progress and you see the father, right? Don't see where the mother's at, but you see the father and his gambling addiction, you know what I'm saying? And having like the kind of home she comes from, and just like she's stuck there until she marries somebody, and then she finds somebody, and it's like, okay, now everything's supposed to be better, but it's really not. Mm-hmm. You know? So there's like
I just feel like you get that in the movie though. Like it's clear.
Yeah, I'm saying that part is clear, but the other half of the movie is Jacob or is Heathcliff. Mm-hmm. That is like, that's what's missing for me. Because if the whole movie is just like, the whole movie is just literally their love affair, then, and there's like no real consequences for it, then I'm just like, okay, I just watched that like for no reason.
Yeah, but so like
that's why I feel like the ending saved it, is my point. Because there was
so like what would consequences be though? Because like that's what I'm saying. It's like
when the husband finding out him doing something about it.
Yeah, but that's like Jacob the whole point of like
getting hung. Jacob getting hung. That's what I was expecting to happen. That's what I was expecting to happen, and it didn't. So
yeah, so that's why it's just like a will they, won't they? Because like, will they be together or won't they? And it's like once you get to that,
I kind of made that decision early on that they're not going to.
Yeah, but it's like in this scenario, even when I watched it, I was just like, yeah, I have no idea how this one will end out, because it's like, dang, you're in a tough, like Kathy's character was in a rough spot where like you locked down. I ain't gonna lie, like you already locked down. You don't even know where his origins are. It don't even seem like you care, girl. And it does kind of seem like he back, but is he really like down like
he could have took those clothes off a dead body, bro. And we don't
exactly know. Which is why like the will they, won't they really works for me, because it puts Kathy in just a complete position of like, will I just take a leap of faith in this direction? Like I made a mistake and I have to go this way. And it's such a bad like scenario that I just had to watch the next half. Like it's like there's no way you can just know where Kathy's gonna go, because all the way up to that moment you could tell Kathy wasn't in the right mind space. Kathy was not happy immediately with her decision. Kathy was distraught when he left immediately. And as soon as old boy came back that day, she was smiling. Mm-hmm. She was, I was more like, hubby, you can't be leaving the house no more. Right? This man came out of nowhere, and you even
I wanted to see what he was
doing
about him. Because it's like, if he already had joints on the side as well, then it's been like a different kind of scenario, you know? Because it's like,
yeah, but it's like between Kathy and like Heathcliff's characters, like how's their dynamic in this situation? Like Heathcliff doesn't even care about 5 years later; he just wants her back, and she's like, "Oh my god, he's back in my life. What do I do?" And it's like that's the
you gotta think about it too. The reason why he left is because he thought she didn't love him for real.
Yeah.
You know, and that was all Nelly's fault, because she was like trying to do the quote unquote best thing for her, but it's really self-preservation, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just a lot of people just not being honest with themselves.
Yeah, but it's also like that, and just Kathy being selfish, Heathcliff being selfish, and what happens when that collides. And
I just didn't give them enough. I just didn't give, not that there has to be enough, but I just feel like I had seen enough to where there was only a couple options for how things were going to pan out. And after the husband found out and was just like after Margot, or after Catherine tried to fire Nelly, and then she went and told on her, and then it wasn't an immediate
snitching.
Yeah, it wasn't an immediate like, yo, send this man to the gallows or whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I thought the callback was going to be. from to the beginning of how the movie started, and then maybe it'll be like a bigger climax of like, you know, like how they end up getting back together. But like, if that wasn't going to happen, then I was just like, okay, I guess it's just going to go on until like, because the big looming thing was that she was pregnant, and it seemed like every time they gave us an option or a way out or like a fork in the road, they just didn't care about that fork. And I was just like at a certain point, like, so like, first fork in the road, she gets proposed to, right?
Yeah.
So they made a decision there. He left, now she's sad, right? Second decision, he come back. Was that before? Well, no. Second decision, she actually get pregnant, right? Because time had passed and her father was like talking to her crazy.
He still didn't return yet.
Yeah, he still didn't return yet. She gets pregnant, like, and now she's finna have a son. But then old boy come back, right? Yeah. So when old boy come back, now it's like, okay, he don't know.
Yeah, messier.
It gets messier, but it just seems like the decision's not necessarily between them two. Like once I realized the outside characters weren't going to affect what was going on between them, it just was like, when I say them, I'm talking about Catherine and Heathcliff. Once I realized like, oh, literally their minds have been trained to that based on everything that's happened up until this point, that they can do whatever they want and nobody's going to be able to do anything about it. Like, I'm going to get this stagecoach and we finna go on a little ride. Who cares who's driving? You know what I'm saying? Like, they work for me. So it's like, I just feel like it just felt so unrealistic.
but like that's the thing. Like even them like kind of getting back together. Like she was married and she was with child, and he is just back in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more of like what's gonna happen. This is not a sustainable thing. This is like gonna eat away at you guys because this is gonna.
It didn't though. That's what I'm saying. It didn't eat away at them personally. So I was looking for it from other people, but they were just all enablers.
But it did. It ultimately did because it's like Kathy knew like I literally can't keep doing this, and I don't know what else to do. You know what I mean?
No.
Like she literally is like, I can't leave this. I can't, and that's why it's like very like selfish of her because they had that conversation of like, you always knew I loved you the whole time, and that didn't matter though. But for like Heathcliff's character, he loved her no matter what. That even when he came back, he would still do it like anything for her. Like he
right. So in that point, there is no decision
because Kathy's a very selfish.
They already
character.
made it.
It was from the beginning.
Made it. That's my point. They already made their decision, so there's nothing to ponder.
What do you mean? There's nothing to ponder. That was the whole movie.
No, I'm saying like,
will she leave her husband? Will she leave the guy who has her kid for her long lost like lover, like her meant to be the person she's always wanted to be with? He's back. Like, will she abandon all of that, the riches and stuff, to go be with him?
The point that I'm trying to make is that the will they won't they aspect of the movie, after 3 or 4 moments of like will they won't they, and they can continuously choose yes, and them not face the consequences.
That's in the dark though. That's in the dark though.
They was outside everywhere. They was. It wasn't.
Yes, but even when the husband caught on, that's when he tried to do the whole flip of I'm gonna get with the one girl and now I'm married to her and that's gonna mess with you more. It's like continue on the will they won't they, but she was already like after that moment, like I'm done. Like I can't even continue on with this. Like I literally have this baby. I literally am married. Almost as if like I done messed up. Like I'm you being back has just I can't even live now. Like before I was sad, now I'm like I can't leave. You know what I mean? I can't escape this. I don't want to escape this. There's parts of it like either the whole reason why she didn't want to be with him in the first place is you're a broke boy. We live in a society where I gotta marry rich. I gotta marry the money. She got the money. And that's where it's like the selfish nature also was in the movie, because if Kathy knew the whole time, when we know from the end of the movie that I love you forever, she acts like in the movie like she never knew that, but she does. You know, she always knew that oh boy was in love with her. And there's literally a scene where it's like, you didn't hear the whole thing. I said I loved you, but it's like, you knew this. You knew this and married this other dude.
Yep.
Like so it's just like, to me, that's why it's like so compelling, because even at the very end they throw in that wrench that, I know everything you just saw was wild. Well, guess what? She also knew he loved her the whole time. And it's like, dang, that's tough. Cause it's one thing to be like, I don't love him because he broke boy, and you hear that through the door, and like, man, I don't even know why I'm sticking around here. You know, I'm gonna go get my bag up. But you said that, and you knew I loved you, even though clearly they tried to play it off like we never talked about that. Like, that even hurts more. But Jacob, or Heathcliff's character never actually knew that she was listening that night. So that's why it's some good tea, bro. That's why it's some good tea.
I feel like you're doing a lot. I'm gonna keep it a fuck with you. Like, I think you're doing a lot of work when we could literally just say that it's like conceptually cool. I get it. Execution though, they dragged that joint. And because they dragged that joint, I kind of lost interest. I just want to know what happened at the end. That's my point. Okay. So I feel like a lot of the miscommunication was like, it just shows you, it's like when you're texting somebody and you're reading what they text, but you don't know how they actually like said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could come off a completely different way if you voice it versus like send a voice memo or actually talk to somebody versus like what it could read in words. And because that kept kind of getting denied, whether, you know, if we really want to talk about who the real villain is, Nelly, because she was, you know, I'm just saying, low key, like, you know, just based on like, because really, if we really talking, that's who the first person who got hurt in the movie was Nelly. Yeah. So it would have been even more fire if it was like, Nelly, you chose him over me type of moment when we was kids, and that broke her heart. So ever since then, I've been holding this grudge. That's why when I saw him outside the window, I ain't say nothing. You know, like, guess there's self-preservation in this moment as well, because I'm trying to help you make the best decision. But at the same time, I'm still mad that you kicked me out for somebody else that is like, you know. So, because like even the way that like Heathcliff was introduced, he was introduced as her toy.
Yeah.
So that's already like messed up.
Yeah.
You know? So I just feel like I just didn't get wrapped up enough in the story, I guess, to be like, oh man, like this was great. I just feel like it was a very good, very well shot movie. I feel like the concept was good, and I feel like the chemistry, like the performances were good, but the story just had too many holes in it, and the movie was too long for me to like care what happened, like act 3, let's say, until the end, which I just wanted to know what was going to happen, you know. So I was still interested to see how it was going to end, but not out of a place of like, yo, this is really good type of thing. It was more so out of a place of like, man, I just need to know.
Yeah, I would say the parts Yeah, the parts I really didn't like was like the Isabel and Nelly parts towards Act 3 where it
Yeah,
just kind of
Isabel
felt
was in
like,
the way.
yeah, they kind of tried to shoehorn these characters in to have a bigger role,
Mm-hmm.
where it just didn't feel like impactful enough for both of them.
Yeah.
Like I was fine with Nelly's character overall because Kathy's character was like selfish, so
Mm-hmm.
it made it seem like
I feel like
Nelly
selfish is
doing what
not the
she,
right word, Chris. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, because she crazy.
bruh.
She crazy. Like, so.
Yeah, but think about it. What you just said. She named
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff
Yeah.
and always treated him like a toy. And even in the
Mm-hmm.
movie, you can feel that even though he was gone when he came back, she feels like he's still a toy. And as much as Heathcliff wants to be with her, she just uses him as like an excuse to get away from, oh, I should have been with you, but deep down, she not
See,
leaving.
see. Like, that's the
That's
part.
why it's like, well,
That's
that's why I say selfish is the right word.
I feel like this is where we need more context to the mental side of things, because when it comes to their bond and their relationship, I feel like it was, at first it was just like, you are like a toy, right? Like we've said, but like
Yeah.
at a certain point, whether it was like after they got caught out in the storm on her dad's birthday and he got whooped, became something more, right? And it wasn't until we got them flashbacks where we got to see,
No.
huh?
Remember when she went to the house, she was gone for 6 weeks and she
Yeah.
got off the thing and
I'm
was
talking
like,
about
"Oh,
I'm
where's."
talking about when they were kids.
Oh, yeah, okay,
When they
keep
were
going.
kids, I'm talking about when they were kids and he got beat up,
Mm.
and then like we only saw part of that story, and then he asked her if she was awake, and then that's when he confessed his love to him. So that's when he was like, she always knew how he felt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a, like, I feel like selfish is like giving her too much credit for like her saneness. Like, I just, like, when I say credit for her saneness, I mean, like, I think there's something legitimately wrong with Catherine that Nellie knows because she grew up with her, but also it's like supposed to be like her quote unquote like advisor or whatever, like her. And while Catherine is making these quote unquote selfish decisions, I feel like she can't see what's really, like, what it really looks like. She only can see like, because of the back and forth between her and her father, that messed her up. So it's like she has this people pleaser in her, but also like she has this innate like draw to this other person, and a
But
lot of
what
feelings.
people pleasers in her that they demonstrate in the movie?
When
She
when
pleases
she threw the
herself the
money
whole time.
down at her
Yeah.
dad, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pick it up. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
That's one. And then when she accepts the marriage, when she don't want to marry this man, but she know, like, if she don't, like, this is her one shot for real. She getting old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then she know, like, that will help her family, right?
What family? Her
Father.
dad?
Yeah. They're gonna get some bread for it, right?
So you're saying she like like this is where I'm like, she's a selfish character because literally she's not doing it to help her dad. She don't care about her dad. She don't care about Heathcliff. And even the scene where she goes visits him for Christmas, she hadn't checked on him forever.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, blah blah blah,
I just
send
feel
his
like
money back."
selfish is like, I feel like self-preservation is better. That might mean the same thing, but like,
She didn't help none of the people from her own estate. Only what's her name? Nelly came with her.
Yeah, but you don't think if Heathcliff stayed, he would have went with her?
She loved him though. Like that's what I'm saying. Heathcliff is a toy to her.
That's why I feel like we can't say selfish. because it's a toy. Being a toy is not
she wants the money and she want her toy thing. Okay, she literally wants everything.
I'm not gonna fight you. I want you to make your point. Finish your point. I'm just stuck on that word. It's selfish. If I feel like it gives her too much.
Yeah, because I feel like crazy. Like she at the end, it validates that she's a selfish person. Because crazy would just be like, oh, you're driving me mad, Heathcliff. But Heathcliff, it shows that he was a tool the whole time. Like
the back and forth that she had, like the flip flop that she had.
Yeah, she was just manipulating them. And then at the end, it's just kind of like, when I mean will they, won't they? She was like, I guess it's a won't. I'm gone, y'all. Like I deleted myself from this existence. I can't. I'm not gonna deal with these consequences. Like you're saying, like my hubby done found out. I don't want to live this. I can't be with Heathcliff. Heathcliff done married off the other girl. Like that's the messiness.
I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it, and I just don't have a better word for it. So I guess it is selfish, but I feel like the context into which it matters. Like I feel like it got to the point where the decisions were so irrational that if it was like primal, like it was it. I don't know, bruh. It's like I don't know. I didn't get that. Like I get the say. I feel like saying selfish like is the easy way out to give her, and I don't feel like she deserved that. I feel like she crazy.
Yeah, it's just because at the end she knew the whole time, and then when
you
knew
the whole time what? That she was dying, or that he could love her.
Yeah, Heathcliff loved her, and you're gonna try to make it out to seem like you never knew, or it's like this unspoken thing between us. Like I deep down love him, but so and so proposed to me, and I gotta accept it. But that's literally like the whole downfall of Kathy. Like you could have just known he loved her, but nope, that money was too good. That money was too good, bro.
But she wore the same thing every day.
No. She had a whole bunch of outfits.
I know, but I'm saying for a while. She was wearing the same. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Tough one. The tough
one. Like literally, if the husband would have said, "Hey, he can move in," the story would have been wrapped up nicely for Kathy. She'd have been felt real good. Like, all right, bet.
No, the better decision was to have him hung for cheating on her.
I mean, that would have been cool too.
Because when it was like what's her name? As Isabella was talking about somebody getting hung, I thought it was Heathcliff. And I was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be his end.
I like that.
Back into the story, but it wasn't. And I was like, dang, missed opportunity, bro.
But that was before he like came back. So I really like that idea of she never got that closure, and she thought like, oh, he might be dead. So
yeah.
So even when this dude is out the picture, she was still like, like what happened? What could have happened? And that's that tea, bro. That's that spiciness. Like I need this once in a while.
What's crazy though is like they didn't have nothing physical until she came back. They had moments.
Yeah.
But it was
deep down in that small little town, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nah, that don't make sense.
Heathcliff, I get it. I see, you got taken on their family, and he was like, hey,
that's her savior.
The daughter go crazy. We gonna see where this develop, and then later on they older. Heathcliff's like, dang, I'm gonna stay by because she might want me. You know what I mean? But then when he heard when you heard those words, he like, all right, like I know for sure. I thought we had that unspoken word that you gonna get with me, or you gonna be with me one day. Maybe when your dad passed, you get the estate, something. But them words hurt Heathcliff, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna go be my own man. I'm gonna go hey, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna train in Ark. I'm gonna come back.
It just makes sense. It just just makes sense that like the way he came back and like the way that they were able to, like, the first part of him coming back and them being just like obsessed with each other after not seeing each other for a long time, and then like all this tension being in the room, it makes sense for them when they actually come together to be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, da 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 da, right? But what doesn't make sense is just like how oblivious everybody else was to it.
Well, and not Nelly. Remember, she was like,
Nelly knew, but Nelly wasn't gonna say nothing, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the people that was like actually had power, you know. And
I mean, it was only the husband and the dad didn't care.
Yeah, the dad didn't care, but the husband, it's really the husband that was like, bro, this is all you're gonna do. You know, it's nothing.
A baddie fell
He can't
over
come back to the house.
He ain't care.
He can't come back to the house. Bro, hopping the fence every day, like, you know. Yeah. And I just feel like I wonder what was so like important, and like all the like, cause like they had like when it got introduced to the husband, they had like 6 different servants on the grounds at all times, but all of a sudden, like, there's just nobody to be found when they doing what they doing in the dark, you know. And yeah, it'd be different if there was like actually just outside in the field things like and going crazy, but they was in the cart, they was, you know, anywhere and everywhere. Yeah. Ain't nobody said nothing. I was just like, bro. And when they finally said something, they ain't getting no. They just got a slap on the wrist, bro. And they just kept doing it. And it's just like, bro, what are we doing? So when it came down to the end and she got her comeuppance, it was like, it didn't feel good because it was like she gave up type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was like there's no satisfaction in that. But it was like the way that the story ended, I was like, that's a good ending. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like it's one of those situations where it's like, man, this is one of those movies where I can see why people like it, but that joint was just like they just did some things I just not rock with, and it just stuck with me, you know, and I left with more questions than answers.
Yeah, like I felt like Isabel's character could have like been another crazy wild one, and they
nerfed her.
It was just it just felt like they would need more time to make that character even more epic, and it just extended the story when we pretty much got the story by then.
We been got the story. Like I had already came up with like, okay, I can see where this is going way before that. But even with Nelly, how she was like acting like she the hand of the king type of thing. Well, really, she's just protecting herself, you know? So that's why I feel like self-preservation is the word, but selfish is another. You can let us know which one would y'all describe it as. Because, like you said, I understand Heathcliff coming from nothing, and this being like your like your way out, but like also like the only thing you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I get
like
why
he was head over heels in love with her, and she loved him, but she wouldn't like die for him for real. Like she wouldn't cut off everything and let's just run off. Like I made a mistake 3 years ago. I know I'm pregnant, but hey, it is what it is. Like I'm gonna just be with you. She was not that type.
And just the English too was just a lot. I was just like, bro, I just wish I would just talk. You know, like I like the fits and stuff like that, like the clean and the aesthetic, fire. But the accents was going crazy. Is there anything else, Chris?
Shout out to the dad. I really liked his character. I thought it was a
shout
really
out to the
cool.
Dad is crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
really helps establish both characters, and then for him to return and have that really grim, yucky, slimy feeling. Yeah, I thought that acting was great, and
he's the only person that was honest in that jump.
And even showing how manipulative he was, because he like when she threw down the money and she'd been given the money already, and he was like, "No, you're gonna wait and watch me because that's what you meant by it." So it's just like showing how like mentally abusive he was too.
Yeah.
And even when Heathcliff was sitting down in the chair when he was back at the estate, and he was like whispering them in the shadows. I was like, "Yo, this dude is evil." Like, I ain't gonna lie, this
Heathcliff
guy
wasn't trying to hear none of that, bro.
Yeah, he's like,
he's like, I know what you want to do with my daughter. Like,
yeah, you ain't nothing.
You ain't slick. Yeah. But it's like even in that moment when I was thinking, when he came back, he was like, "Yeah, I bought the estate." I was like, it couldn't have been for much. Where that giant was looking, and he done gambled everything away. That's why I
really thought he was lying. I really felt like this dude is lying. He just got the haircut, got the clothes, got a little bit of money, but nothing crazy. Like, he's not actually rich. And I was wondering if she would leave and then find out like I am broke, and then she regret it. Like,
man, you was curious.
If it ain't about the money,
you was thinking things I wasn't even thinking.
Bro, you know what I mean? That's the tea that I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of character Kathy is. I need to know. I need these answers.
Yeah, I already made my decision at that point. That's my problem.
Because I was even wondering, was Heathcliff like a full on dog now? Like, when he went off, is he just collecting pages? Like, I'm gonna mark this off this month.
Yeah, it's my summer house.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. There was a moment I was like, yeah. After you heard that she pregnant, he about to just leave. Like, he about to do another dip, and then she gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
She gonna die or something like that, and then he's gonna come back at the funeral and be like, dang. What? She always loved me? Man, I'm already a villain.
Yeah.
In these streets.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. Yeah. It's hard to say. It's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on, and it's freaked out.
I do kind of feel like it was
calm freaked out. It's like a calm freaked out. Like, they was doing a lot, but a lot wasn't happening. There's a lot of stuff that was implied, like,
I thought they could have gone like way off the deep end, and it started initially where I was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy," but no, it was more calm than I thought. Way more tame.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't go crazy in theaters.
I'd probably agree, but
so, but it wasn't like, it was just like it felt like a play.
I agree. It does feel like
it felt like more like a play, where it's like, that's why if it was a play, it probably would have felt better, because it's like I don't expect as much, but it's like, not that you don't expect much from plays, but I'm saying like, you got one set. There's a lot of stuff that has to happen in between this one set, but the fact that it's a movie and you could do whatever you want, I was expecting like just to see more than kind of what I saw. So, but let us know how y'all feeling about that joint, man. Chris, what you giving Wuthering Heights out of 10, bro? Or do you have any last points you want to get off before you get into the scores?
I talked about the dad. I talked about how I didn't like Isabel and Nellie's characters towards the end.
I like the husband.
Yeah, the husband just could have done better, but he ain't care that much. He was just like, "Oh, I got."
Especially when I found out the way that the youngest got married back then, I was like, "Oh, this means nothing." All you gotta go is just do that and go there, and then you good. Like, no background check, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get it done today.
Not pleasant surprise. Kind of wish it was shorter.
Yeah, if it was shorter, it'd probably be better, honestly. And I really like the ending though.
The ending. Oh yeah, like overall the ending. I thought it was good.
They was acting in that joint. I was like, oh, okay.
I was shocked. I was like, damn, this is how it's gonna go down. Like that was
gruesome.
That was something. Yeah, that was gruesome. A lot of imagery. And that horse ride back.
Yeah.
That was way too loud. I was like, ain't y'all 5 miles apart? What's going on?
I was like, y'all right there.
Yeah, so
bro was like, yeah.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie. I will say before I give my review for this movie, this if I was in college, this would be one of the movies that I get everyone to come over and watch, and
Get their
everybody
opinion.
would be talking through it, being like, "See, this is why guys ain't, or this is why you can't trust girls." Like this that movie where everyone would just be geeking, laughing.
The nice guy always loses.
Yeah, nice guy. Like all those topics would be coming up, and you'd be pausing the movie, like, all right, let's get to this next part, and then a new topic on like something else.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah. But what would I give this thing? I'm gonna give it because I do like it a lot. I ain't gonna lie, I do like it a lot. I'm gonna give it an 8 though.
Oh, calm 8. Okay.
Yeah, because I do feel like when they became adults, I did want a little bit more spice or more tension that they actually genuinely like truly like loved each other more than her
being
just saying
in the same space and like something monumental happening or like
because I do feel like the movie weighs heavy on their past as kids, and then it's like, oh yeah, they grew up together. So it's like, all right, sure, and both dealing with an abusive dad. And then at the end, them like clinching it with like, oh, they've always loved each other, or I feel like that tries to weigh up their love story a lot. But I do like the way it looks. I do like the way it's set up. I do like the messiness of it, the toxicity of it, the aura of him returning, the aura of him in that ballroom.
Toxic.
Yeah. And just Kathy's character on, dang girl, you done messed up, or how you getting out of this, or who you gonna pick, or what you gonna pick. I just really like all that, and but ultimately I do agree, like the story, like it's nothing crazy. It's your normal like will they won't they. I just thought it was really messy, and it's not overly like sexual, which it kind of felt like they were trying to go that way, but ultimately like pulled it back. So I just don't feel like it's like, so I don't feel like it's like over the top romance where you feel like this is like an all-time great romance movie. And then I also don't feel like it's like the most toxic of toxic relationships. I just think it's like a very bad, tragic, like story. You're just like, dang, that was crazy. Kind of.
Have you seen the drama yet?
No.
Okay.
But watching this one did make me want to see that.
So there's like, oh man, because now you got me thinking about just like the levels of toxicity, right? And if I had to put into realms of like where the sweet spot is, it would be the drama, because there's enough like of everything from like the toxic parts to like the lovey-dovey parts to like just the heartbreak and all that as well, and like the weight of it, you feel the weight of it, right? Versus like this movie where it's like the weight is there, but it's just like you waiting for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like you only get it at the end.
Yeah, like
I feel like you only get it.
I could see where this thing was going really early in the movie, but it just took us a long time to get there. But it looked great while they was doing it. And then there's like another movie I saw recently, You and Me in Tuscany, where it's not so much like toxicity, but more so just like one of those movies where like everything starts out on a lie, and it's just like you're walking your way back from that. You get to like the ending, whatever, which is like on the like quote unquote good side, or like non-toxic side, like the Mickey Mouse side of things, like Disney.
Yeah.
And then you got Wuthering Heights that's like all the way over here, and then you got the drama is just like right in the middle. You know, that's how I would put it.
And like, I just wonder if they would have leaned to more actually romantic or actually like dark and dreary, would it be
like
a better
grand
movie?
gestures?
Yeah, like more because deep down, I totally looked at the movie as like Kathy don't actually want him, but she liked to have the toy. She liked to have like, oh yeah, like this is who
Like
I was supposed to be with.
I felt like somebody else was driving a boat in Kathy. That's how I was feeling. Cause like for your mind to go, cause I just couldn't put my mind into young Kathy's brain of like how you see a human person and you see a toy.
Yeah.
That's just
what
weird.
I'm saying. They never did anything, and it's just like, oh yeah, you loved me. It's just like,
but in the books, it's like the books, like from when I read just like online or whatever, there's an explanation for that, and I feel like we just never got there in this movie for it to really make sense. So it's like until I read that, I was just like, what is wrong with this lady? You know? And then I read that part and I was like, oh, boom, makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? So
I would give it an 8.
Okay.
But I would definitely say it's one of my favorite movies this year. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. And I do think, like, it's just so messy that I would want people to watch it. Like, I would say, yo, go stream this.
Yeah.
Let me know if you think this was messy or not. Or like, so I would give it an 8, and it is one of my favorite movies this year. Can't wait to see everyone's reaction to it now that I've seen it. And will I read the book? I ain't gonna lie. I might find it because I heard the book is way better. So
yeah.
8. What'd you give this, G?
I'm just go ahead and give it a 6, bro. I'm gonna get a 6 out of 10. I did not like. I like the idea of the movie. I just did not like the execution of it. From a like story standpoint, I felt like just too many holes, and I had to do too much work to kind of justify, not even just justify, but just like make sense of what I saw. Outside of just like, if we didn't get the ending that we got, and it was just like more of the same, it's just constant repeat and loop the whole time, and there was like no final consequence. It doesn't matter if it was Catherine or Heathcliff, just like no resolution. It would have been way worse. But I can't take away from like how they shot this movie and how they put it together, and like just the different lines and the chemistry between the different characters and stuff like that. Like performances were great, you know, but like story wise, I just couldn't, like, it's not my kind of drama, bro. You know, like this is like, it's like some reality TV shows, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I feel like I'm getting
soap opera.
It's not even that, because it's like I will rock with I if y'all seen Jane the Virgin, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where it's like there's the telenovela like drama type of things. I'm here for that. Like where it's just like keep on stacking on stacking on stacking. But if it's just like the same kind of stack, like an All American, and it like you lose the authenticity of it, then it's just like, okay, like, you know, I guess I could keep watching it, but probably not. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to finish it just to see how it was going to end, you know? But like, outside of that though, it just was like one of those movies, like I can't deny, like it's like one of those bad movies that I know people think are good.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's why I landed at a 6, you know, for me. And because I didn't want to go too crazy, because I'm like, yo, this is a very good looking, this joint look crazy. Like it's like that, you know. But yeah, the joint it didn't sit well with me after watching, and that joint was 2 hours too, plus.
Yeah.
You know? So,
yeah, like 2 hours 20 or something.
And I was thinking while I was watching it, I'm like, man, if I watch this in theaters, I'm not gonna say I would have walked out, but I wouldn't be surprised if Youngins walked out. Like,
Dang, for real?
But they came back. They came back. You know, like walk out. I was like, yeah, I'm willing to go take a potty break real quick. They're gonna be still doing the same thing when I get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things. Like, as long as I don't miss the end, I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I feel about it. Let us know how y'all feel in the comment section below. Might see some more of these Throwback Thursdays now that we got a working title for it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we miss something that comes back on streaming, it's like, oh, we gotta watch that. You know, good little exercise. You know, running for the cardio. But other than that, hit the like button, hit subscribe button if you haven't already. Chris, what you geeked about, bro?
Ooh, so what am I geeked about? Man, the NBA draft really took a lot, lottery, really took a lot out of me. So
yeah,
that's been my consumption for the past week. But just hopping back on anime, I still need to catch up on JJK, and I want to catch up on Gachi Akuda because I never caught all the way up to it.
Okay.
And I'm starting to get a little leaks, and I was like, "Ooh, let me go ahead and go ahead and see everything with my eyes." So,
yeah,
I'm really geeked about catching up with that. And then the only other thing, I am almost done with a book, A Court of Mist and Fury. It's a very well-known series
book,
called Akatar. Yeah. And I'm finally seeing the hype. It took a long time, and this is a book I've probably like had on the shelf for
it's physical.
a year. No, it's audio. I'd go to sleep.
Bro said I got it on the shelf. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I essentially just stopped reading it and then read a bunch of other books, like many other books. But I went back to it. Yeah. I'm almost done with it, and I'm starting to see where people are talking about that it's so good. But I did like the first one more. I don't know how it's gonna end, so maybe that'll spice it up, and I'll be like, oh no, it's just me. My bad. I should have powered through. But that series is coming out with another book soon, so I have to finish the next 3.
Dang.
So then I'll be ready for the new release, and this will kind of be like my first experience of like well, technically second, because I had another book series that dropped like this, but this is like a long time series, new book dropping, and I'm gonna read all of it, have all them TikToks going of everyone excited to read it. So feels
really
good.
On book talk, bro. He going crazy.
Yeah. So I'm hyped for that. He got
a clean algorithm.
Yeah. And I don't know, man, because when I think about like kind of like what we just did with this one, I might go back and see some stuff that I haven't watched, like Begonia.
Oh, I still have to watch that too. Yeah.
There was another
Begonia's
like
on
big
Netflix,
time
right?
movie. I thought it was Peacock, but I'm not sure.
I think it's on Netflix. Cause I've seen it. It's definitely on Netflix. Yeah.
But a few movies I really wanted to watch that I meant to either watch like last year or the year before that I know is there. I just didn't click like save for later. So something like that I'm geeked about. I'll probably watch another movie this weekend. But yeah, just something calm this week. What you geeked about, G?
It's week 2, man. Week 2 of starting with something I'm not geeked about, because I gotta do
I like it.
Mortal Kombat 2, bruh.
Oh,
that show was not like that. That show was not like that, but it's like, it's another one of those moments where I'm like, yo, why did I go see this? But like, I needed to see it, you know, like for the lore. Like I needed to see it, and I'll be wondering, cause like I'm aware of Mortal Kombat. I never really played the game, but like, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like you see it everywhere, like I was saying before, and it's like, so I know certain things, but I don't know enough. Like I watched like a couple of the them cutscene movies from the games, and I felt like honestly some of them campaigns was better than this movie, bro. I'm keeping it
yeah, I'd agree.
So it's one of those things where I'm like, yo, like I know they're gonna keep making them, but like it was like there was parts that were funny. There was parts that were fun. But it's another one of those situations where it's like, bro, I can't give it that high of a score. So I probably give it a 6 again. It's not bad enough to where it's like 4.3 level, whatever, like that, like where it's like, oh my gosh, this is not it. It's like I just expected a little bit more growth from it. And then the story, I feel like the first Mortal Kombat movie was way better because the actual story had like a tie to something old and something new, and they brought it together, the full movie. And in this movie, they tried to do that again, but it was just not with a main party member, so it was just disjointed.
Okay.
It just didn't connect in a way like that. I was like, okay, why should I care about this? You know what I'm saying? Because the fight's gonna be the fights. The fight's always gonna go crazy, you know. But like everything else was just, you know. And then what's his name, bro? Butcher. He's Johnny Cage in this joint. Johnny Cage. What is his name? Carl Urban from The Boys. I just don't rock with bro. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, because he had an American accent in this joint, and I was just like, I can't unsee Butcher.
Uh-oh.
You know? Like, they should have went with, like, Channing Tatum or something. Like,
that's crazy. That's a crazy pull.
But I like his character because of the way that their approach to the character. Because I feel like it was like, okay, like as far as casting, like he looked like the dude, right? But like he old, so they was able to play that into it, and it was like part of the actual story, which I think was cool, you know. But yeah, their formula for making these movies did not work for the second one, but the first one they did, I think. So I'm starting off my geek segment with that. The second thing I'm geeked about is us getting the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, like we said earlier. I don't know where, like I want to say another word, but I won't say it because we're on the internet, and I'm just like, you know, like don't want to put that out there. But they think we sweet, bro. Like they really think the Wizards are sweet, and we just gonna go for anything. And it's like, nah, like this is a new regime. You know what I'm saying? So when people are just already just assuming like we're gonna be able to get something so good to give away a number 1 pick, it's crazy to me. You know, like it's gonna take, like we would have to already be in a position to where like what we get back will be so substantial that like it would change everything. Like when the Jags drafted Travis Hunter, right? Potential.
But like to me, they would have to be a legit, already great player, which none of these top teams.
They're trying to give us their top pick from last year, and I'm like, yo,
like Ace Bailey to us would be cool, but you can just draft that position.
Yeah, like why would we do that? Like,
so why would we do it?
Like, and y'all have nothing. Y'all made y'all bed when y'all got rid of Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Stand on it.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna blame them for wanting to put out. I just don't like how everybody else is talking about it.
It's just propaganda. It's so strange.
Yeah. So I just stopped watching today. After I seen a couple takes, I was like, oh yeah, y'all think my boy Will is sweet, bro. Will not going for none of that. You know what I'm saying? We about to get our pick and we finna go crazy. So,
and I ain't gonna lie, not to interrupt. I heard some crazy takes of just people that don't follow basketball, and they just think like, oh, you can get other picks in the future, but it's like it's still a lottery. Like I don't think y'all understand that.
Not guaranteed.
It's hard to get a number 1 pick anyway, and you trading for future picks, that it's gonna be in the lottery anyway. So your pick could be all over the map.
Yeah.
And in a draft like this, oh, we're gonna use all our picks to trade up to number 1. Why would I want it? Why would the team want to do that?
It's like playing Monopoly and being like, yo, like, you don't have no properties right now, right? You got a whole bunch of different colors, but you don't got no properties right now. Why would I sit here and give you a monopoly when I could just have you run around the board and just land on my joint?
You know what I'm saying? Go play again.
Just so you can get a chance? Like, no, like, I'm not playing with y'all like that, bro. Like, and the other question that my pops was telling me, he was like, he liked Caleb Wilson over AJ DeBunsa.
I do like Caleb Wilson.
And as a homer, I'm rocking with Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
Right? But what I was telling him was like, at this point in our team building, we're looking for like multipliers. Yeah. So if we were in a different situation where our team was already established, like as far as like winning, then we can build for depth. Because like as far as Caleb Wilson's potential, we don't know what that's going to end up being. You know? Yeah. But he has a high floor. Right? But he's also like a power forward that's going to have to transition to playing small forward. You know what I'm saying? So
if he could,
right? Because like, you know, we have Rui Hachimura. Look what Rui doing right now. He wasn't doing that when he was with the Wizards, but we had him playing the 4. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and as they develop, you don't never know how good somebody actually going to get when they get the actual opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm looking for like multipliers, I just feel like AJ's ceiling is way higher as far as like what he can do right now and where he can go than Caleb Wilson. And at this point on our team, it's like we're looking for that superstar, and we need that superstar to be a wing.
Like, you know, to be honest, you need that superstar. And when you think about superstars at power forward versus a wing versus a guard, I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah.
And when we think about superstars at power forwards,
longevity wise too,
these are crazy people like a Giannis. I mean, technically Jokic is a center, but
Joel Embiid,
a Joel Embiid type player. So I like Caleb Wilson quite a lot, but at number 1, I do kind of think the comparison is a little bit ridiculous in the modern NBA.
Yeah,
like
if we wasn't at 1, okay. Because like
if it was at 2, I'd be a Caleb Wilson stan. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I
then we could
like
talk trade downs or whatever, like and getting compensation. But I'm saying just like as far as like team comp and what a team needs.
Yeah. Like at 1, you gotta hit on a superstar.
Yeah. And we already finessed the Hawks once.
Yeah. A big finesse.
So we ain't gonna be able to keep like pulling that off, right? So yeah, so I'm excited about the us having the number 1 pick. I'm excited about my Cowboys, bro. We about to be in training camp soon, bro. We about to go crazy. Caleb Downs wearing 13. Ugh. Don't like that.
Oregon.
Don't like that. Don't like that. But
you should not have told me that.
But all the linebackers wearing 52, bro. That's weird. You know, like Sonny Styles and
Ray
Lewis wearing 52, which is gross. Wearing a high number like that in today's NFL is kind of crazy. When you like a top pick, it's kind of crazy. But I get it because you ain't trying to spend that money. But it's like, you ain't gonna get cut. So at some point they probably change it again. You know what I'm saying? Last year Abuka didn't change his number until like the beginning of the season. So we're gonna see. But outside of that, I'm excited for I Love Boosters to come out this month. Mando comes out this month.
Yeah.
And I Love Boosters Kiki. Mando's Mando. But then there's this other movie that I don't know the name of, but it looks kind of scary, but it's also look like something I want to watch. It's like I don't even know how to describe it, bro. It's just like the daddy did something bad and the family getting revenge on him. Is God Is. That's the name of the movie. And like he did something crazy to these. But I seen the trailer for that. And I was like, oh, this gonna go crazy. But it comes out this week. So that joint look nuts. And then what else, bro? I feel like that's it. Yeah, I'm just excited for football to come back, bro. Playoffs. Yeah. It was wrong on playoffs. So
that's my Wolves looking bad. My Wolves looking bad.
Looking tough. Not gonna cap too. Rough.
Oh man.
But yeah, I feel like that's about it though. So
before we get out, I do want to say one last Wizard related thing. Mm-hmm. Anyone who's gonna talk hate about anything we said today, if the Bulls would have got that number 1 pick, all of media would have been way different. We already know that. If the Chicago Bulls, they'd been like, oh, this is a new era. Yeah, and
because it's the Wizards. It's because it's the Wizards, bro. Get automatically disrespected, bro. Automatically disrespected.
I just want to throw that in case someone wanted to be like, well, actually, it's because y'all friends.
Our own players be talking crazy about the Wizards, and they on the team now. So we're gonna see how long he on his team now, but hopefully we can get something from it. But appreciate y'all for watching. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you have not already, and we will not see y'all next week, but the week after that we'll be back for some more. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about then, but even today
might be Grogu.
Yeah, I was telling Chris before the pod, I was like, ooh, bro, we might just have a Wizard pod today. But then he was like, he rocked with the movie. So I was like, oh, we might have something to talk about there. I was like, okay, bet. So, W Pod, appreciate y'all as always. And we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.